Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be doing another coaching session with Dylan. This is going to be number 6 recently, so Dylan commissioned 6. This is going to be the final one. So thank you very much once again, Dylan. I really appreciate the support for the channel and such variety to show people a bunch of different champions and my advice in a bunch of different situations. So I think a lot of people are going to appreciate being able to sit down and watch, enjoy these, and learn some things. So that's wonderful. It's going to be a Sona game this time. So first off, we're just going to go over the op.gg review. Then we're going to look at kind of the real quick pre-game analysis. I'm going to take some notes, and then we'll come back here as we watch the replay, and then we'll come back at the very end and do a post-game summary of like the top 5 or 6 things Dylan could do to improve. Then at the very end of the video, I'll tell you a little bit about the member system. We've been doing that for a few weeks. It's a ton of fun. We play games with viewers. Every Tuesdays, we allow viewers to vote, or members, I should say, members to vote on champions that I play every week. We have a Discord for members. That's a ton of fun, and it's all just about 18 cents a day. It's $5 a month, no contracts, no sign-ups. If you want to cancel, there's no fee for that. It's just good, clean fun at a very, very reasonable rate if you really enjoy the content on the channel. So I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video. If you would like a coaching session just like this, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. It's really simple to set up. It's just $20. And I'll make a video just like this for you. It doesn't require any third-party software. I've just got a quick video that will show you how to extract your replay from the league client. Just email it to me, and I can usually have it ready within a few days for you, depending on my workload. If you want to watch more coaching videos, I have a link here for you. If you want to see an in-depth Sona guide with all kinds of neat tips and tricks and detailed discussion about matchups and metagames where Sona's good, then check that out. And if you want to see other champion guides like Lulu, Janna, Zyra, Karma, Nami, Tom Kench, and a ton of other supports, then check out my in-depth champion guides linked here. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. So, looking at the game, I like just about everything that I see so far. I like your skill order here. That's great. 2 points in Q for laning harass, W for the mid-game. I like the runes, armor, ability power for both blues and quints. I wish it was flat health yellows, but scaling's okay. I like the wind speakers, gives you inevitability for the late game, although you sacrifice a little bit early game without having Thunderlords and Ignite. I think that's a worthwhile trade-off to have inevitability later. Okay, so all of that looks good. Something that I would recommend is try to get Ardent Sensor in here. I know that Jin's not the best Ardent Sensor user, but every single champion would like the Ardent Sensor buff on your team. So GP, Udyr, Talon, all of these people benefit from it. So if you don't rush Ardent Sensor, like you might feel like you want to rush like Redemption or Athene's, depending on how it's going, I would definitely get Ardent like second or third item. The way that this looks, I don't typically like Locket on Sona, but they do have a lot of area of effect between Vlad, Misfortune, and Zyra. So you might consider getting rid of Mikhail's and using that open slot to get your Ardent Sensor, because they don't have a lot of crowd control. Like the 20% is really nice off of Mikhail's, a 20% healing and shielding, but they just don't have crowd control. The only thing they have is a Zyra root. That's basically it, because you can't cleanse the Urgot ult. Or the Vlad ult. I guess you could cleanse like an Echo stun or something like that, but he's going to kill you by the time you do that, probably, if he lands a stun on you. So yeah, overall itemization looks pretty good. We'll talk more about that as the game develops and the game states, and I can give you a more in-depth commentary. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Perfect masteries. Pre-game, both lanes are very aggressive. It's going to be, you know, Jin, Sona against Misfortune, Zyra. Just don't get caught in an all-in, and you should be able to win small trades because you're going to have a heal and they don't. So just aim for small trades. Don't try to all-in. You should be able to win the split push later game. They don't have anything that can really match Udyr once he gets 4 or 5 items. I mean, maybe Echo if he gets really far ahead. But I think I would try to play around Udyr. And just make sure that your team doesn't get engaged on 4v5. I don't think you can win like a good clean 5v5. They just have too much team fight with Misfortune, Zyra, Vlad, and you really don't have a lot of synergy. Like Talon's going to fall off later. Udyr's not great in 5v5s. Jin's not great in 5v5s. He's more of an assassin, like just really quick burst champion and small skirmishes type of champion. GP's pretty good in team fights, but he's very skill reliant, and you just don't have a lot to go with him. So I would try to do a split pick comp. This is not really a good strategy for solo queue a lot of times, but that's just the best that you have. I think just have Udyr split, and then try to pick people off with Talon and superior vision in the mid game. Try to close it out before they get to that late game unstoppable team fight and just like push it up middle. Okay, so they have a stronger team fight, but you have a really good pick comp with Talon. They have a lot of squishy champions, and you have a better split push with Udyr. So try to leverage that and make sure that you get ahead in the early game. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. Get going. Okay, you are red side this time. So we'll put on the Fog of War here.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
It's going pretty quick through that early game and the pre-game and everything. It's jumping right into the game here. There's a lot of that stuff I've talked about in a lot of videos. Okay, good trade. Yeah, you want to stick it on Misfortune because Zyra can hit you back really hard, but Misfortune's not going to hit you that much. Remember that Zyra's plants have like a 20-second cooldown. So if you see her try to like use a Q plant on you, she's also very weak level 1. You can pressure her. They're going to hit level 2 first, so be careful. They're going to hit it after this. Okay, well you both hit it about the same time. I think you should be trying to pressure Misfortune a little bit more. Turn around and hit her. Hit her. Especially when Zyra leaves. Go up and trade with her. There you go. Okay, she just wasted her E, so now is your chance. You have 20 seconds. Yeah, hit her. I would be more aggressive with her. I would tell Jen to get aggressive too. Okay, good. She missed her E. There you go. There you go. Okay, good trade. She's almost out of mana. I think y'all can really pressure her hard right now. Exhaust. Exhaust. Okay, good. Zyra has Exhaust too instead of Ignite, so that's good for you. Exhaust is not as good early game, and you should outscale her later. Zyra is classically pretty good into Sona. Okay. Did you get your E? Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and get it ready. Once he comes down here, have your power chord E ready. Okay, use it on Misfortune. Use your E, use your E. I was a little bit slow on the reaction there. Yeah, I would have liked to see you make a move on him a little bit faster. AFK dead. It's unfortunate. There's not a lot you can do about that. Yeah, just do the best you can and try not to die. I think you gotta stay. Use your W. Like, someone has to get this experience. Yeah, you have to stay here. So that you get the experience at least. Even if you can't get a lot of the gold, because they're gonna zone you off of it, like, you gotta get the experience. Yeah, obviously you don't want to get hit with the E there, but there's not much to say about that other than just try not to get hit with the E. Okay. Oh, Sheen, what? I hope you... Hold on, did you return that? Or, I hope... Don't sell it. If you bought it, you should just keep it. Wait, what? Is client frozen? Okay, where are we? We are at... Can't see the time. 10:03. Okay, there it goes. I don't know what was up with that. I'm kind of scared to press back now. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're not backing. I don't know what is going on with this. It's probably getting a little weird because I haven't updated it today. But we're just going to move forward once this clears out. It looks like it cleared out. Was it when I exited out, or was that just a coincidence? It was just a coincidence. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, well, I'll just talk and hopefully... Okay, there it goes. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. All right. Okay, so we're moving forward. We're not pressing the back button, apparently. That's really bizarre. I've never seen that before. Okay, so looks like you're going for Athene's Unholy Grail. Okay. He's pretty far behind. He's not like ridiculously far behind. The game's still salvageable. Okay, so I'm gonna mark down she has way bigger items to BF sword. He's probably gonna die. Yeah, he's, well, maybe not. Okay, so stay at tower. Get experience. Alright, so try to trade with Misfortune early on a little bit more, especially when she was low on mana. Yeah, instead of this Chalice, the more I think about it, I think you should get a just a Sightstone at this point. You do want to upgrade your gold item. Like, the Chalice is nice for mana, but the laning's over. Like, y'all have to leave, because if the jungler shows up, you're dead. If Urgot shows up, you're dead. So you guys, you have to leave. Just go get the Gromp or something. Yeah, now you're dead. He doesn't have flash. Yeah, y'all can't be there. You don't have a tower here anymore. Yeah, so I probably would have gotten a Sightstone. Just tell Jhin to try to farm safely. Just wait for them to push it up. And then grab the Gromp and, like, the wolves and stuff. And just tell Udyr, like, keep wards. Like, I would ward here, and then just try to play around Udyr. So just, like, follow Udyr around. Like, not literally, like, follow him to his camps, but just, like, direct him to go try to make some plays. It is hard to gank Echo, but I think you could have maybe tried to make a play on Dragon or, like, go invade the Urgot or something. Try to get a Sightstone in return after Jhin. Or get a Sightstone and roam after Jhin returns. Game's surprisingly close right now. Udyr's doing pretty well. Like, everyone's doing pretty well except for bot lane. I mean, Jin's not even down that much CS. For being AFK for, like, 3 to 5 minutes, he's only down, like, 6 CS. That's not that bad. I wouldn't ult there. You have no chance of holding this. Wait, hold on, what? Let me see if it's gonna skip out if I do this. No, it'll let me do it. It's just that one particular time. Did he cleanse out of the Urgot ult? What? GP can get out of it? His ult's on cooldown. He hit him with it. Either the stun stopped it. The stun can't stop it. How'd that work? GP didn't orange out of it. Because the harpoon's sitting in him, I think. Okay, maybe he wasn't low enough to execute, and they killed him before he could. Okay. So you can't oranges out of it. I didn't think you could. Yeah, he's dead. Probably. He might be able to turn it around. He like barreled somebody, but I mean, just try to ward middle. You really need a sightstone now. This is like 17 minutes. This was the last video that we watched also. You didn't have a sightstone until like 17. You know, going for like a really quick ardent sensor can be good if you're ahead and if the lanes are not broken.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I assume that was probably a typo. Or something, like an accident that you just ulted there randomly.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
That you're probably typing to him. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Obviously, if you did that out of frustration, then you know, you don't want to do that, but I assume you were probably trying to type something to him and you accidentally pressed it. Okay, there's your sightstone. Yeah, so you need to get vision. It was close. How many are dead? Just one? You don't have a wave, really. This is going to get cleared out. I would just go get the Herald right now. Yeah, that would have been a great place to ult. Hit him, hit him, hit him. You need boots also. Like, I probably would have just opted for, like, Boots of Swiftness. Boots of Swiftness and Eye of the Oasis here is probably what I would have rushed instead of this. It's like, you don't need that much mana. Like, the mana is good, but you're not in an extended laning phase anymore. Like, you're in a roam around and try to make plays. Like, try to find opportunities to make plays, and that means that you need boots and wards. So that's what I would get here. I would have rushed Boots of Mobility and Oasis as fast as you could. Infernal's up. Okay, they got it. So when your team got those kills middle, I would have pinged him and told him to go get Herald, because you're not going to push him up middle. And I think you could have forced a fight and maybe won.
Gather together your allies so you can pool your tears.
I didn't see how you got caught there. Let me see. I was writing down, go for boots and wards when the map's open like this. Did you just get caught by something? No, he's too close. Yeah, you gotta know they can do a lot of damage, and some of that's just by looking at the map and just seeing their items. Like, once he gets Proto Belt and she gets, Ghost Blade, BF Sword, then, you know, you gotta respect they can do a lot of damage to you. So you gotta back up. Just stay pretty far back. I do like the Athene's build here, but I think you need boots. Like, if you had Boots of Swiftness, you would have gotten out of there and not died. But the reason that you got caught so easily is because you don't have boots. Especially if Misfortune puts her E on you, you don't really have a way to get out of that. You'll reduce the slow with Boots of Swiftness, so that'll help you get out faster. I like Boots of Swiftness on Sona. She has a lot of internal CDR based on her ult. So you don't need CDR as much on her. It's nice, but you don't need it as much on her as you do other champions. But you do need to reposition and stay close so that you can put your auras on people. And that means that you have to be really careful and be ready to change your position a lot, which that's what Boots of Swiftness helps you do. You could also go Ionian Boots here if you want more exhausts. And if you think you're not going to get to 40% CDR, especially if you're kind of planning on getting a locket, which wouldn't be awful here. Like, it's okay. That was a bit rough on that ult. You gotta wait on Vlad to get out of his pool first. Hurricane on Urgot? Okay. Does this W apply Hurricane Bolts? I'd have to see that in action. That applies Hurricane Bolts. That's actually pretty ridiculous. I kind of want to look that up now. I'm not going to do it in this video, but maybe on my own time later. I think Cleaver is still what you want to get on Urgot, though. But, anyways, that's a different, that's a whole different thing. Okay, so you got the forward item. Hopefully you're going to get some boots here in a minute. So I'm going to say get Rift after the fight middle when you don't have a wave. If you don't have a wave to push a tower successfully, then see if there are other objectives you can get, like Rift Herald or Dragon. Or sometimes even just Vision in an area. Speaking of Dragon, Dragon is coming up here. So you need to try to push up this lane. You don't really have good wave clear on your team, outside of, like, GP. He's not, like, he's alright. Stay out of that, stay out of that. Like, I like going up to W, but then you have to run. Like, I think you're trying to walk up to auto-attack him or something, or maybe ult him, I don't know. But you have to get out of there. Like, as soon as Zyra ults, leave. Because you just know that Misfortune's going to follow it up with an ult, and Vlad's probably going to ult also. Really, as soon as Zyra, like, lands an E on somebody, you need to clear out. Especially on something that's that telegraphed, like, once Zyra lands her root, you know that she's, like, 90% of the time she's going to go all in, and that means that Misfortune's going to go all in. So, if anyone gets rooted, like, it's okay to, like, heal and put a shield on them, but you need to clear out, like, ASAP, because there's about to be a lot of area of effect there. Yeah, they're crushing you guys because they're way better at team fights. You guys aren't really playing the game that you're good at. And part of that is because they broke open the lane early enough so that they got to start roaming before Udyr got powerful in the jungle. Udyr's just not, like, strong enough to split push really yet. But you've got to do something, because you just can't win these 5v5s, I don't think. Okay. 3, what can you do? You need to be asking yourself, what can you do? Can you Baron? I don't think you can Baron. Udyr doesn't have armor yet. I guess just push up middle is the best you can get. Don't get caught in that. Okay. Good. Oh gosh. Heal him? Okay, he did. You need more wards on the map. Like, as you're running up there, just in transit, just drop your wards, even if they're not in optimal places. Like, while you're running up there, just ward this, ward this. Just, like, ward things. Like, ward over here. If you had this warded, Misfortune would not have snuck up on you. So if you have wards in your inventory and you're sieging, just drop wards on your flanks. Just ward, 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 just anywhere. Just drop 3 wards around you. Now you need wards around Baron. Because now you're in the awkward spot where you have to go in here and face check this. They just caught vision of you, so there's a high chance that someone's going to catch you like this. Yeah, that was before the Dustblade hotfix, so she got a huge stun on you there. Okay. If you want to go in and randomly, like, you know, ward, or, like, it's not random. Like, you have to get a ward on Baron. But if you're trying to go in and place a dangerous ward, you need to go, like, you cannot go this way, because this is almost certainly, this is always warded, just about, in the late game. Unless you have specifically cleared it out. If they've been in that area, it's warded. Jeez, he's going real hard. Alright. Wow. What? That guy's doing some damage, man. He's got that Dustblade now. Or the, Death's Dance. Doesn't even sound anything like Dustblade. I don't know why I called it Dustblade. Okay, so you need to get wards in here right now. All people are dead. Yeah. Ward. 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 Get out. Oh, God. Yeah. This is what, I mean, I think you had to try. It's really weird, like, why is she there? But I think you had to try. This is what happens, though, in the mid-game. Once you lose control, then they get vision all around the Baron, and you're forced to go in there to try to ward, and they can just keep catching you a lot of times, so you gotta be a bit more savvy. A lot of this happens because you didn't drop your wards earlier in the mid-game. So they got to get in here and get wards, and you didn't see where they put their wards. So you have to keep that area clean. Dragon's up. Yeah, y'all are gonna lose it. You don't have Udyr. Hold on, where did they... back up. Were you trying to run up, like, Death Alley here? Yeah, you can't... If they have control of an area like that, if you don't have a lot of wards, you have some vision down here, but not a lot. You can't run this way. This is the most common place where Zyra will catch you. Yeah. So they've got you twice now in really common areas. Like, they caught you here and they caught you here. Here, that caught me off guard also, that Misfortune was there, but... This is why vision's so important. If you want to try to ward this, like, you need to come around and at least try to ward this wall. The safest is to go down here and ward this wall. Because people, like, a lot of people will hide here. Some people will hide here. And virtually nobody's going to hide here. Now, yes, this does take longer to go around that way to ward this, but you cannot walk through here. This is the most common place to die. Like, the most common place to die if you don't have vision is here, especially right around here, and here. These are the most common avenues that are almost always warded, and this is where people bait. Right here, here, and here. And there's a lot of places they can bait here. Like, they can bait in this bush, they can bait in this bush. They can bait in this bush. So both of these areas are extremely dangerous. You need to go get wards on Baron. So what you can do is when you're going up here, like, go through here and ward over this wall onto this. That's a way that you can kind of counteract it. Like, Zyra still might throw roots at you right there, so you got to be ready as soon as you ward. Like, you got to run. Yeah, they're right there hanging out, just waiting on people. She was scared of GP, though. But yeah, so, like, you can run up in here, ward over this wall, or if you're feeling particularly safe, you can run up lane right here, get to here, ward over this wall, run over here, ward over this wall, and then run right here and ward right here. And that's kind of the safest way to get ward directly on the Baron. No, run, 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 run. That's way too close. Yeah, you can't do it. Here's the reason why. There's no way you're gonna kill that. Like, look at the situation here, okay? You have Udyr, who's not gonna do a lot. They have their area squad here. They are gonna melt people. They're also ahead in this game. Like, Zyra is huge. These are massive items. She does an extreme amount of damage right now. Like, Misfortune does an extreme amount of damage. 3 items, 2.5 items on a support is big time. And then the Vlad also. He's got a relatively defensive build, but he still does a lot of damage. So, the probability that you're going to kill them. Jhin ulting does virtually no damage to full health targets. Like, he has to get execution damage to kill people now. Udyr does okay damage, but it's only single target, and it's not going to be that fast, especially against Vlad. So, this is a losing fight. Like, you don't have your damage here. You really have to have GP land barrels to win team fights, or Talon has to get picks. Talon's dead. You also don't know where... Okay, you see Urgot. There's one other person. Right? Let's see, there's 3. Urgot's there. Who's missing? Echo. So you don't know where Echo is. I don't see him top lane. I don't see him bottom lane. There's a decent probability he's, like, just running up the lane right now. So, you're not winning this 3-on-3, and it could be even worse if Echo shows up for a 4-on-3. So run it. You're too close. Like, right now, you could ult them and hit them both from right here. Right? Like, you could just ult, hit them both right now. This is so close. This is like 250 range, maybe 300 range. This is extremely close. Like, you could hit them from right here with your ult. But you get even closer. Like, this is almost melee range ult. Like, this is basically a melee range ult. So, you cannot do this because they are going to absolutely melt you. Udyr's already run. He's out of the fight. He knows it's a losing fight. Like, they just chunked him out, and he did no damage to him. So, as soon as you see Udyr start booking it out of there, you gotta run. You gotta run. Okay? Now, if you do that, it's like, okay, that's not great. You need to flash that. Once they get that slow on you, you have to flash. And you get blown up, and then they melt everybody. So, Udyr wanted out of that, and Jhin looked like he was probably done with it too. But then they tried to go in and save you, and then they ended up getting killed too. So now they're going to get Inhibitor. So yeah, you got to recognize, like, you got to kind of read the situation a little bit and just think, okay. I mean, even if you're not like pressing tab and looking at the power like differential right now, like even if you didn't notice that Zyra had 10 kills, you should still be thinking, okay, Udyr just lost half his health and he's running, so we should just not do this. Like, you can maybe ult from max range just to disengage if you think they're going to kill Udyr, but do not walk up and try to continue that fight. I'm going to say,
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I'm going to say read the situation more carefully. Just press tab every now and then and just see who's strong on their team. And try not to fight strong people.
Red team's turret.
Especially when you have someone that's dead, you know. At best, it was a 3v3 against a really strong team. At worst, Echo could have shown up and made it a 4v3. Because you didn't have eyes on him. And you just don't have the damage. I mean, they have so much burst damage. You really can't team fight them. As I explained kind of in the pregame, like, you guys just aren't going to win this. You have to win by Udyr splitting, and then you try to wave clear with GP. Like, that's about it. It's a tough game. I mean, the odds are stacked against you both because of the composition and because Jhin went AFK for a little bit there. But you got to look for picks. They'll probably try to kill this Udyr, but yeah, this is what should have been happening a lot of the time. You guys should be trying to avoid these team fights and just have Udyr like run around. And they're gonna kill him though because they're too strong at this point. Now they're gonna get Baron off of that. You can't fight them at Baron, so just push the lanes. That's all you can really do is just try to push up the lanes. Don't even walk over there. There's no point. If they want to do Baron, you're not stopping them, and they could just pick you off. They're not doing Baron by some miracle. I don't... Yeah, just try to get Vlad here. Ew. God, that's gross. Don't run into him. He's going to kill both of you, probably. Okay, you guys got him. That just... Do not walk up to Vlad like that, though. I think that ended up a lot better than it probably should have. Oof. Well, you dodged the harpoon, but... Once again, you're a little too close to Urgot. If he's getting those shotgun shots on you, his range is 350. You know, even your auto attack range is 550. So... You should not be getting that close to him. It's looking rough. It's looking rough. I mean, Udyr just has to keep splitting, and his people have to not get caught. Like, if they want to chase Talon and Udyr, you should probably almost try a 1-3-1 here. Like, just have Talon split top and or like Talon split bottom and Udyr split top. But you guys cannot get caught, and you can't fight. Like, they're gonna be grouped as 5 right here. So you need to be pinging people back and just saying, don't fight, just split. And just tell them, don't fight, just split. Because right now y'all are chasing, like, you're opting into a 4v5. Like, you're trying really, really hard to fight this 4v5. Because you know Udyr doesn't have a teleport. And y'all are chasing them. Like, they're not even catching you off guard. Like, y'all are chasing them. Just really trying hard for a 4v5. Because one of them, I guess Vlad doesn't have his TP up right now, but
Red team's inhibitors
at the very, like, best, it would be a 4v4, and they're really fed. So y'all just, it sucks, but you just got to give that dragon up. You can't fight for it when they have Baron and that much power. There's not a lot you can do here, honestly. Like, they're going to have to throw really hard. But giving them extra kills, like giving them 2 or 3 extra kills on top of dragon, just makes it worse. Just give them the dragon, and just maybe they try to dive your 2 towers and you make a play at the base or something. Like, that's kind of all you can really hope for right now. It's just have Udyr split. Try to have Talon split maybe, and just hope that they just can bait them into just running around chasing them instead of getting objectives. Like, that's about all you can do right now. Just hope for the Benny Hill. Because if they group up as 5, you're not going to beat them. Okay. That'll be about it here, probably. You might have one more good fight in you. I'm going to speed it up, though. 3 inhibitors down. They're super strong. They're going to go back and buy all their stuff and come rolling up here in a second. I mean, they caught you out again, but you know, there's not really much you can do. With 6 supers rolling up constantly, not a lot you can do at that point. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the post game here. So a lot of this stuff these are things that I mentioned in the other videos as well. Some of them are unique, but a lot of them, you'll see some common themes when you watch these, and I hope that's something helpful for you. Okay, so early on, so when he goes AFK and dies, I think you backed. You didn't really get a consequential item, and you lost like a wave and a half to the tower of experience and gold, and they got a lot of damage on the tower. Whereas if you're there, just throwing a Q every now and then, just throwing an auto attack, just dodging Zyra's E's, you are going to get whittled down. You're going to take some damage, so you're going to have to W to heal yourself. But at the same time, that's going to slow down their progress. And at the very least, even if you're like playing really far back, you're scared, then you're at least going to get experience. And they're going to waste time like trying to position to maybe hit you and throw spells at you and stuff like that. It just slows them down a little bit and makes sure that you're going to get the experience. So if you're like really low, you know, if you're at like 150 health, 200 health, then yeah, back up. But I think that you were at like 500 health and you just left the tower. I wouldn't do that. You know, I would stay as long as you possibly can to delay that tower falling. Because once that tower falls, that opens up Dragon for them. That opens up them rotating to mid tower. And a lot of that game was the Jhin DC'd and bot lane got so far ahead from the tower, the Dragon, and then getting mid tower that Udyr didn't have time to farm. He had to go and help hold lanes. He had to go and like help with these team fights, so he just wasn't able to do his thing. Like Udyr wants to be able to farm, split push, get dragons, invade, counter jungle, all that kind of stuff, and he just didn't get to do that game. And they really got on him. Like, he barely finished his Trinity Force when they were on your Tier 2 mid lane. So, it just accelerated the game too fast for him. And he was really your major win condition, was can Udyr split late game? And he was just too far behind. Okay, so... So you guys did do this some, but I think you could have leveraged this even more. Just try to keep hitting the Misfortune. She was using a lot of her mana to farm. You got to make her pay for that. You got to just keep hitting her in the face until she leaves the lane, when she loses her mana, because she can't really do a lot. Misfortune is very, very dependent on her mana for efficient trades. So you got to watch out for Zyra. Zyra still had full mana, but I think you maybe could have pressured Misfortune out and made her pay for not having a Doran shield. Okay, I would say get Oasis plus Swift Boots ASAP after towers fall. So once your bot tower falls, you need to be thinking, okay, the map's opening up. I need to make sure that they don't get Dragon. I need to make sure they're not going to rotate and catch people out. So you need to get wards, you need to get Boots of Swiftness so that you can rotate around the map and try to make plays with Udyr. Invade the enemy jungle, try to kill the Urgot, try to sneak up and maybe kill Echo middle. You could roam top and try to kill Vlad. But you need to be rotating around the map and just let Jhin sit bottom and farm a little bit while he catches up. But yeah, getting the mana regen is not really as necessary because you're not going to be sitting in lane just harassing people. You're going to be roaming around trying to make plays, and you're not going to be using a lot of mana to do that, right? So you're not going to be sitting there having extended fights. You're just going to be showing up, 5 seconds, try to make a play, get a flash or something, back. Once your wards run out, go back, get more wards, rinse and repeat. So you're not going to be tearing through your mana as much as you might in an extended lane phase where you're just taking small trades. It's going to be rotations, try to get ganks, try to go for kills. If it doesn't work, move on, go somewhere else, try to make a play. So I think that just having Oasis plus some kind of boots, you could go mobility also if you want, but I think swiftness helps you reposition in fights. Because that seems to be a major issue in a lot of these games, is sometimes you just get too close in fights. You need to play at max range further and reposition a lot better. And so I think swiftness will help you out with that quite a lot. After you got to kill mid lane, I think you could have rotated and maybe gotten the Rift Herald, or at least forced a 4v5 fight or a 3v5 after you killed a couple people mid. You didn't have a wave, and you didn't have enough. You guys don't have enough tower pressure because you have a lot of melee champions. You don't have a lot of pressure to take towers easily, and so you really want to force them to get away from their towers and fight you out in the jungle, where you can flank them with your Deer and Talon. So I think just rotating over to Rift, getting some vision of some of those key hallways leading there, and then trying to force a fight around Rift would have been your best option there. And I've mentioned this a lot in other videos, but stay further back. Use max range on abilities. There were several times you were just way too close. And, I mean, you were in the right place at the right time quite a lot. Like, you were doing some heals, you were making some great plays with your allies, but at the same time, sometimes, especially with your ult, you tend to want to get a lot closer than you need to be. That ult has a long range, relatively. I mean, it's at least 600. So I think that it's certainly not 300. So I think that you can play a lot further back than you had been playing. And I think so pressing tab helps a lot. So just notice, oh my god, Zyra has 10 kills. Miss Fortune has 3 big items. Once you see that, you'll understand, okay, we can't fight. So just do not fight. You don't always have to team fight to win games. You can have Udyr split. You can have Talon split. It wasn't looking good. It was looking bleak. Even in Champion Select, it was going to be a tough game. But especially after the Gen DC, it's going to be tough. But you still could have done it, I think, in theory, if Udyr split and Talon split. I think you should have done a 1-3-1 and just force them to just leave. Just break up the band. Do not let them do what they want to do, which is Zyra ult and a Miss Fortune ult and a Vlad ult. They cannot do that. If they do that, you're going to lose the fight. So you need to break them up. Just don't let them do that. Let Talon catch out Zyra. If you catch Zyra, either Udyr, Talon, anybody, if you catch Zyra alone in the woods, you can kill her really easily. Same thing with Miss Fortune. They're only strong when they're all together and they use their abilities together. They are a team fight comp. So Vlad's pretty good by himself too. He could split push very well. But he was really fed also. I think that was your best shot, was just trying to have Udyr and Talon split and just force a Benny Hill, dun, 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 dun. I think that's a Benny Hill. Maybe that's the circus theme. I can't remember. Okay, maybe it was a circus theme, but something. Force a circus, force a Benny Hill, just force people to split up and just start running around the map randomly, just create a lot of chaos. And usually that's not good in solo queue. You want people to be organized. But if they have a much better organized team, you want the chaos. So just try to spread chaos. Just get your team to split up and just force them to split up and just try to make picks with superior vision. Like, that's really the only way you're going to get back into that game, I think. So, anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you once again, Dylan, for all the generous donations. I truly do appreciate it. And thanks for coming out on Tuesdays. I always have a blast working with you. You're just an awesome person. I was about to say an awesome friend, but why not? An awesome friend. We've never met in person, but you seem like a really cool, chill guy, and I really appreciate your patronage. And just your conversations that we've had via email, comments, all this stuff. It's just been wonderful getting to know you over the last half a year or so. So, for anyone else watching, if you want to become a member, Dylan's already a member. I mentioned this earlier in the stream. I'll just go over it really quickly. It's just 18 cents a day. It's less than $5, or it is $5 a month. It's less than a quarter a day, 18 cents. You get discounts. You can get $18 coaching session, $18 guide requests, get access to our awesome Discord where we have Dylan right here amongst other people. Oh, they are changing her next patch potentially. I hadn't seen that yet. Okay, I'll have to see. I haven't read that. I'm not going to read that at the end of this video. But yeah, Dylan's very active on here. Very helpful person. Super cool. Super chill. So people talk about the game here. They share their memes, their pictures, talk about their day. Someone came up with this. It's just like kind of a fun play on my appearance on the stream. That's really cool. So it's a really fun, cool community. People have been doing ARAMs on here. They've been creating their own normal games. People haven't done this yet, but they could create their own little channels where you could listen to music while you watch the stream and just chill out and talk, listen to your favorite album, just have a cool conversation with people. So it's very fun, and the $5 is actually really nice. It's beneficial. I know sounding like paying for something rather than having it be free, like how is that beneficial? But it is, because it keeps trolls out. It keeps it fresh, because what troll is going to pay $5 to come in and yell something racist or start accosting people if they're just going to like pay $5 and get banned instantly? They're not going to do it. Like, you would have to be a complete fool to do that. And a lot of trolls are fools, but they're not that dumb. You know, they're a lot cheaper than that most of the time. So it does help keep trolls off the channel by charging a very nominal price. And it's not just the Discord that you get. You get to play with me on Tuesdays and with other members. A lot of fun on viewer night. It's been fantastic. We all get to just have fun, try out champions we don't typically get to play. People get to practice their off rolls. I get to play champions that people vote on the straw poll every week, which that's another benefit. You get to vote on the champions that I play, and I get through most champions every week. So that people get to see a variety of champions, not just the same, 4 or 5 champions that I play in solo queue a lot of the time, except for pocket picks every now and then. So that's a really nice treat. And then also, if you're interested in the Warhammer series, I'm going to start a straw poll up pretty soon where you can vote on the episodes that you want to see every week. So I think that's really beneficial. If this sounds like something cool to you, you can sign up down at the bottom. You just take the PayPal link. PayPal is one of the most trusted payment processors in the world. Sign up. I think they take basically every credit card you can imagine, as long as it's credible, obviously. Every major credit card, I should say. The screen will look like this. It just takes 30 seconds to make an account. It's really simple. Just $5, cancel anytime. There's no contract, no fees for canceling, no fees for signing up. Just really simple appreciation, support for the channel, and then you just get all of those rewards. So if you have any questions, you can email me at thestrategyprofessor.com. I'm more than happy to answer them. If you'd like a coaching session just like this, just email me. We can set that up. As I said earlier, there's no third-party software required. You just send me a direct replay, and it's very simple. I've got a video. It's like 2 minutes long. It'll show you how to do it if you're not sure. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.